Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Um, I'm here to do your reading for you and get you right for the week ahead. Um, Lately, I've just been doing collective messages that they're timeless, really. Like you find the message when you need it, and hopefully it applies. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I feel as though I don't even promote these anywhere so far. Like I probably should, but I'm off most social media at the moment, and yeah, I don't really have anywhere to be putting these on blast. So if you do see it, it probably is meant for you. So investigate that if you don't like the message. But yeah, it's starting to get cold here. I live in Nebraska, so RIP. I actually like when it gets cold, but not like I don't like winter, but I like fall. Fall is really pretty, and I was enjoying the sweater weather. Weather. What did I mean? Sweater weather. Yeah, I've been enjoying that because I have really cute sweaters. Like I feel like fall fashion is my favorite personally. But yeah, it's becoming cold, like winter weather, which is also okay in the sense that I have really cute jackets, but I can only they're also kind of thin, so I can only be out for like a little bit. Or I have to wear my big, bulky, ugly ones when I'm like walking in, and I want to look cute. So I don't know. But so far, no seasonal depression, so that's been a major dub. Okay, so I was trying to. I already had pre-mixed these, but I'd like to do it on camera too, because like I know people get very like, did you really shuffle? So yes, I really shuffle. Okay. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you. Clear, concise messages, Spirit. What do we need to know? Clear messages for my little treasures. What do they need to know? Clear, concise messages, Spirit. Okay. Let me get these in order so I can. Story drive. Damn, that card. It won't leave y'all alone. Like, interesting. Interesting. So, actually, this might be easier. It's really like the layout doesn't matter that much for this type of reading that I'm doing. It's more about like just making it one because I got this little ass table and don't make fun of me. But yeah, so you have the one more, one more. There it is. Okay, yeah, so you have the Six of Cups, which is a very nostalgic energy here. I wonder if maybe you're doing like inner child work or really reminiscing on like why you are the way that you are. Do you have to look right now? Thank you. Um, it could be about past relationships. It could be like an exciting time too, like maybe someone from the past is coming back and you're excited about that. But it could be that you're dealing with like a family issue. there is a little bit of this energy of with the Five of Pentacles of being like not feeling secure, maybe in the connection, maybe in feeling like you can't tell them how you truly feel. Um, but with any sort of connection, if you can't communicate, then that's not a connection you need to be in. Um, which I know is easier said than done because a lot of us have generational trauma or just like relationship trauma and aren't always able to communicate or advocate for ourselves. But it's really important that you do that because right now you're stuck in this Four of Pentacles energy. And while Pentacles normally relate to the physical world, it can be an emotional thing that you're taking on as well. But it's very much like protecting what you have and holding on to it as if you're gonna lose it. So maybe you're in this new relationship feeling anxious and feeling like, oh, I need to be blowing them up. I need to know where they are at all times. Or I need this or that because you're afraid they might run away from you, which will ultimately push them away. So again, I do think it's about tapping back into where did this come from, this feeling of abandonment, because then there's the other side of you that either this person could be the runner or maybe you're the runner because you don't want to feel this way. Maybe you're having this anxiety internally and you're coming off more as the King of Swords. But again, could also be your person where you're playing it cool, you're cutting it off, you're like, I'm just going to be logical. Maybe you're intellectualizing your feelings instead of actually feeling them. But at the end of the day, you still want what we all want. You want the Ten of Cups. You want this joy. You want happiness. You want a happy family. You're just, I'm getting an energy of being scared. You don't know how to juggle this sort of thing. You don't know how to like have your career, have your hobbies, have your person. Maybe, and again, it is all coming back to this Six of Cups cards, which is like it does have a happy side to it. It can be very innocent and playful. Maybe this person makes you feel youthful, but it also can have like a side of it where it's like repressed memories a little bit, or like things coming to the surface from the past that have um, maybe troubled you. Like the moon is kind of about illusions a little bit. Someone could be manipulating you, but it's also about paying attention to your dreams and to your desires. Because at the end of the day, I do think that you want to be able to connect to people and you want to be able to have this thing, but you're so like not interested at the same time because you don't want to get hurt. You're scared. But with the Temperance card, and this card has been stalking you, so I really would. I pulled up some extra information about it last time, but it's really just about integrating all aspects of your life and allowing that flow, that balance, that spiritual alignment. Let's see if we can get, just because it's been coming up so much. And there are a few different sites I use. Last time I used Galaxy Tarot. This time I'm just going to do it from Biddy Tarot. There's also like tarotcards.com, Labyrinthos, blah, blah, blah. There's books. Most of the decks come with like a guidebook, so there's like a lot of different ways. But balance, moderation, patience, and purpose. Bringing balance, patience, and moderation into your life, you are being invited to stabilize your energy and to allow the life force to flow through you without force or resistance. Without force or resistance. That's something I struggle with as well. Because you are resisting this. You are very much being like, okay, here are these opportunities. Here are all the things I've asked for, but I still feel like it's not enough. I'm still feeling scared. I still want to hold on to it for dear life or completely cut it off and push it away. Let it flow. Calls you to remain calm even when life feels stressful or frantic. Maintain an even temperament and manage your emotions. You have learned to keep composed in stressful situations. Asks you to keep the middle path and accommodate all perspectives. So there's like kind of an alchemy here of like, and again we've looked at this card before, and this angelic being is mixing all of these water, earth, they're transcendent, and you have to kind of be that. You have to be your spiritual ethereal being while existing in the spiritual, the physical realm, which is uncomfortable. and can be scary because I don't think all of our spirits knew exactly what they were getting into when they came here, but you can have all of the things that you want. It's time to get clear about your beliefs because you have the Hierophant here, which is again this is the Sagittarius card, the Temperance card, this is the Taurus card here, the Hierophant. You have to get clear about your belief systems. When you're clear about what it is you want, it becomes clear how you're going to get it. We do want to remove resistance, so you do have to let things flow, but that doesn't mean you can't be grounded. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you can't also have a path. You know what I mean? That's what's kind of fun about water and earth is water erodes earth and kind of but you know the earth guides it and gives it a path. They work together to create the little rivers, lakes, craters, whatever. You know what I mean? That metaphor got a little bit lost, but you know what I was saying. Um, so get clear, like why do you believe what you believe? And if some of those beliefs are pushing you into negative mindsets or making you feel less than, if they're egoic beliefs, do what you can to start cutting them off. But I see you already kind of doing that with the World card here. We do have completion. It's it's some of these major cycles that maybe you've gone through it 10, 20 times and you feel like how many times do I have to learn this lesson or how many times do I have to meet this person before we can really make it work or not make it work and just finally be done. But I really truly see that you have some cycles coming to a close that you will not have to deal with again, and some things that you had to go through that needed to be completed to get you to this next phase of life. Maybe if you have been begging for this happy family, if you've been begging for um, a stable situation with someone with a job, with your own life, maybe you needed the chaos first. Maybe not needed, because some I don't think trauma is something you need, but at a certain point, since it happened to you, part of healing is accepting it and being able to move forward with grace and compassion for yourself, of course. So now that you have gone through those hardships and you have completed uh, the cycles and learned the lessons you need to learn, you're able to step into this wish fulfillment and this thing that you've been looking for. And I feel like you're going to be receiving it at a time where you're going to have people around you who truly love you and truly understand you. Soul tribe energy here. And the Three of Cups is very playful and it's joy um, at its finest, really. You have people who are hyping you up and who see you and who want to help you plan for the future. You're looking at the future now as if you're not alone. I think for a long time, this has an energy of kind of feeling lonely or actually being alone. But I feel like now you're stepping into a very social time. That doesn't mean it's not still spiritual, and it doesn't mean you're not still working on yourself. You could also be fixing things with your family. There's a lot of elements here, but you're looking to the future and you're looking at what do I really want? What do I want my life to look like? What do I want to stand for? And getting clear about that again makes it easier to do those things. High Priestess card, which is the Pisces card. Very exciting. Like that's being very intuitive. This is like that little, the veil is being lifted and your connection to this world and being able to tap into your dreams, tap into the other side. Um, Again, that temperance card of being this ethereal being, kind of being able to be flexible and still manifest things into, you're being able to do that very strongly right now with the High Priestess card. Like your intuition is heightened. Um, Maybe, and if you're not feeling that way, that's a sign to take time to nurture that and to meditate and to write down your dreams because it could be that you're getting very clear messages, but you're not clear enough to receive them because you do still have some restrictions. You are still being limited in some way. It could be these mindsets. It could be you self-sabotaging. I'm very pro people doing what they want, and like I do think like smoking should be legal, blah blah blah. However, it can at times like it can help you in your spiritual journey, and then sometimes it can hinder you and keep you from actually being able to feel and perceive some of the very deep things that you are, and deep messages you're being sent. Same with drinking. I think that it's called spirits for a reason, and it can sometimes bring things out that needed to come out, but it can also at times numb you, stall you, or keep you in a cycle of self-destruction. So balance again is going to be super important. Um, Lifting veils, being respectful of yourself, valuing yourself enough to know when enough is enough. But at this point, I see you kind of just being excited for the future. You have the Page of Cups. I see you kind of like feeling like anything is possible. And if you're not there yet, I feel like you're getting on board with it. Of course, there is an energy here of like, ah, are things going to work out? Is everything going to be okay? You should write a letter to yourself in 6 months. You should write it now, but you should write a letter to your future self. Explain to them some of your fears and some of your dreams as well, like what goals you have. Um, but be pretty detailed, like not to the point that you manifest the negative things, but just be honest with yourself. Because I think sometimes when we know what it is we're afraid of, we can also, kind of combat that. Same with our beliefs. But also, yeah, write out what you would like to see happen. Let's pull a couple clarification cards. Is there anything else you need to know? Those two came up like, oh, I like that. Bitch, you're not gonna like that. You're not gonna be mad. I get annoyed when I see that one too. So I'm not even judging you. I am someone who I can be patient in certain situations. I mean, there are certain things where I'm like, no, I want that right now. You got 333 right here, bitch. You got the Three of Cups, Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Thank God we didn't get the Three of Swords again, but okay, so yeah, this is a slow moving energy. Whatever it is you are manifesting, be patient with yourself. You don't have to charge ahead. It doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It doesn't mean you're not making progress. You're making steady progress. And you need to be proud of yourself for doing that. And the people in your life aren't going to want to rush you either. If they want the same things that you want, they'll be willing to um, go at your pace, or you guys can compromise. You know what I mean? Because you have the Six of Pentacles, and that's a very give and take sort of relationship. So I do think that this is mutual, but I also feel as though this is someone that you can trust in, that wants to support you and you want to support them. There is an energy of being patient. I know we hate that. The Hangman is all about letting it go, letting it flow, and keeping your cool. You don't have to react to everything. You don't have to um, react immediately either. Sometimes you can react a day or two later. Definitely with the Knight of Pentacles, he's not a super impulsive knight. It doesn't mean that he isn't gonna fight his battles. He's gonna stand up for himself, but he's calculated. He's a little more aware. So, and yeah, Hangman suggests pausing and surrendering and letting things fall where they may. Ace of Pentacles, this is new. I think it's something you've planted, like, and this has been coming up in the readings a lot too, like you've been getting the Ace of Pentacles a lot, but you are starting something new, and I wonder if it's more of like an emotional thing of like this just being a new page. It's not even that things you're engaging with are new. Could be a new person, could be a new job, could be, but I also kind of just feel like it's a new way of thinking about it as you move forward, and a new way of like choosing to apply yourself. And you're doing it really, really quickly and with hope and optimism. You are rushing forward. Things are like just kind of rapidly falling into line, and the opportunities that once felt very stalled are sort of just like popping up now, and maybe you're being meticulous in how you do it, and maybe you're moving towards them slowly, and that's okay. But they are here. They are popping up for you. So maintain that hope and that optimism. This is the Aquarius card. Maintain that sense of sort of like whimsical wonder. You know what I mean? Because you also have people who are supporting you, which you've got like we have you've got this is a friend time, this is like a time of planning, but it's also a time of teamwork, like real support in your life, building things up, again, mutual energy. So that's really exciting. Let's see if there's anything else Spirit wants us to know. I'm serious about writing that letter to yourself. I just think that it's also kind of just nice to check in, and like sometimes we don't notice how far we've come until something like really checks us and we're like, oh. That's why I used to hate getting my memories on Snapchat or on my like phone or whatever. But sometimes I was like, damn, I was really at rock bottom this time 3 years ago, and even if I'm not exactly where I want to be now, I am 10 times better than I was, you know? And I think you feel that too. I feel like you have this spark coming towards you, Ace of Wands. You have this spark, you have this passion, and you're feeling this transformation with the Judgment card. You're feeling this rebirth, like so many things that you thought were never going to be answered, that were never going to work out for you, some things that you thought you were never going to have. You're seeing that there were things you had to go through to get them. And you're leaving behind these old ways of being, this old pain, this old mindset. And you may actually be traveling, you could actually be going somewhere, maybe going on some sort of retreat that kind of triggers this, or maybe a vacation that kind of changes your mind or whatever. But with the Two of Pentacles, again, this is a lot of planning. You have a lot of planning. You're being very mindful about how you want to move forward. I don't want you to over plan though, because sometimes anxiety manifests as wanting to plot out every single thing you're going to do. I think it's really important that you're clear about your values, your belief systems, things that light you up, and then from there, take up hobbies that are in alignment, join groups that are in alignment with that. Hopefully your work is in alignment with that, but don't force things. You can't control the outcomes of everything in your life, and you should really just have fun with it. Life is meant to be experienced, not just written, plotted out, and yeah, yeah, no, it's a good time though. You feel a little scared, you feel a little stuck, but you're gonna get out of it. I think you just have to start letting some of these things roll in, and I think once it starts to happen, you'll kind of get brake checked. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, oh, this is the thing that they were talking about. Like, okay, and then you'll know how to deal with it from there. So that was my information for you today. That was your tarot reading for Tarot Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, all that, and I will see you on Thursday.